still says starting. It says the hangout on air is live. We are live.
Let's do this.
Pablo.
Man, I've been looking forward to this. Is the light okay? I just have this little light box that I turn on when doing meetings. Can you see me all right?
I see. All right. You probably only see my silhouette because I'm so black. But
I'm black too, dude. I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm black.
I don't
we're,
know.
we're, we're the same. We're the same, so no problems there.
Well, I'm in Miami, so a lot of people reject their, a lot of Latin people reject their African ancestry.
Oh,
So
no.
I get tired of trying to explain that to them, so I just gave up.
I actually married a black woman. She's a Puerto Rican, but she's black. Most of my family is black, half Spanish, half black.
Yeah.
So it's right there. I mean, that's your heritage. You got to be proud of that, no hiding that. That's who I am.
Yeah, are you in San Juan?
No, I'm actually in a town which can be considered like a suburb of San Juan called Caguas, about 30 miles if you, well, 30 minutes, not 30 miles, 30 minutes if you don't catch the traffic, or
Okay.
2 hours if you do.
Yeah, I was in San Juan, Puerto Rico, probably in like 2008, and
Cool.
the resort that they showed on the website
Mm-hmm.
for where I booked my hotel did not look like when
I
I
feel you.
got there, it was in the hood. I'm like, man,
You know when you're in the hood, right?
every hood's the same. Like Ice Cube
Yep,
said in
yep.
his one of his videos.
Liquor store, gun store, rickety ass
Uh,
bar. Yo.
Bars over the banisters.
Yo, no.
Uh,
So, I mean, that happened to me, and I'm a local. I went to the west side of the island on during the summer, and we booked like this really nice little hotel, beach hotel. It's called the Bucket on Beach Hotel. If you ever want to feel what I felt, and the pictures looked amazing. When I get there, it looks
photoshopped.
like the cheap version of a Model 6, and
Uh-huh.
that's saying a lot. And I mean, I don't think even truckers would stop there. It's that bad. And it had this big ass cell phone antenna on the top. So it was hilarious. Like I said, like I paid $300 for those vacations to get cancer due to all the radiation from the antenna.
Yeah.
It was all right. The beaches, I mean, the beaches make up for it. It's awesome.
I applied to a couple jobs in Puerto Rico.
Nah,
Like
you should skip them.
within the past 6 months, I applied to like 2 jobs out there, but
Nah.
they don't think I'm committed. They don't think I will like. I
Oh,
I worked in the Philippines before. Like, yo, I like traveling. I love embracing culture that's different. But I guess, the majority of
no.
humans aren't like that, so they don't believe that I'm committed.
I'm gonna say this, and I don't want to offend anybody, but this is who I am, right? So
All
companies
right.
here suck dick. It's like really really bad, like
Oh,
really
that's
bad.
Miami too.
I mean, no, 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 no.
No?
I've only worked with companies in the States or other places. I don't work for companies here. I went to an interview with a company here because somebody referred me. It's not that I was actively looking. Like I asked somebody, if you know about something, I do that like every once a year. If you know about something, let me know. And they refer me to this company, big ass company. If I say anything more, people will know who it is. And I mean, it's like when you enter a room and you feel like everybody's looking at you with like knives on their eyes and shit. I hated it. It's just very toxic, very, very bad environment.
What was so bad about it at a high level without digging into details? Was it, I mean, their
It's like you.
waterfall or what?
No, no, no. I mean, it's not. I didn't even get to that part. It's that when you walk into a room and like, it's like when you walk into a room and there's people that hate you there,
Yeah.
and that feeling. You
Oh,
get that
that's
feeling as a programmer or developer or engineer,
it's
whatever
called
you
being
call
a
yourself.
consultant.
No, but I've I'm a consultant. I do like I'm a contractor,
Yeah.
and I'm a consultant, and it's a different feeling. Like I only worked for a company here in 2010, no more. I
Okay.
mean, I'd rather not program. I would rather do another job than that because programmers here are seen like bitches, pretty much. Yeah, I said it.
I don't think you've been to the United States in a while.
Oh, I've worked with companies there. Um, I've worked with some big name companies. I don't want to mention them either. And at least you get, I don't know, I think because there are people from many other cultures, you have that, they at least give you a chance of sorts.
All right, so this is what I'm curious about. It's not a statement. It's just something I'm curious about.
No, no, no,
Is
no.
I'm curious if a bachelor's degree no longer being the norm for people that call themselves professional programmers. I wonder that if that serves as somewhat of ammunition for the industry or other industries that rely on professional programmers to treat us more like factory workers than as knowledge workers, uh, as people that are really intelligent and sometimes gifted with managing the crucial data of the enterprise. Like a lot of, I'm finding it becoming more and more.
I feel you.
What's the word
I
I'm
feel
looking for?
No, no, I feel you. I feel you.
I feel like we're treated as like before. I feel like we were treated as a commodity, and now I feel like we're treated as like cattle. Like we don't. They don't think that we're the smartest beings. They just they tell us what they want, and they don't care how we get it done, and they act like we're disposable. And I'm just curious it's if we lost the prestige of like to me, I used to think software developers were white collar workers. I don't feel like we treat it as white collar, man.
I've never felt that way. I've never
I
felt
used to
that
feel
way.
that way.
I never felt that way. And you know whose fault is that? It's ourselves. Because I mean, most of the IT people I know, they will just bend over and take anything rather than confront the situation. You know, they will just take it. Um, and I've never seen myself as a white collar. I mean, I don't even have a college degree in computer science, right? I've gone farther than a lot of people who actually have college degrees. But that's because I put a lot of effort into this, and I started programming very early on. Uh, but I've never seen myself as anything but part of the a cog in the machine, and that's all there is. I mean,
I don't like being treated like that.
you
Like
know,
there's a reason why I try to distinguish myself. I don't want to be the cog. Like
no,
I
I
don't know,
feel you.
man. I feel
The
like
only
people try to
way
put you in
out,
your place.
no, no, the only way out is to become independent. I feel that the only way out is to become independent and to. This is going to sound weird coming from a programmer, uh, but I think the only way out is to sort of market yourself not not as someone who writes code, but someone who actually brings business value and provides solutions to business problems.
Yeah, a
Um,
solutions provider or an integrator
yeah,
or something.
yeah, because otherwise, if you just say that you're a software engineer, as nice as that sounds, and by the way, I've never seen somebody engineer software. They just copy pasting shit all the way. Um, and I've talked to a lot of like high profile people. They're always just That's another conversation another day.
No,
um,
no.
but to me, the label of calling yourself a programmer, I have pride in that. That I have pride in that because not everybody understands this fucking machines. Even I have a hard time sometimes dealing with computers. I've been dealing with them for years.
Uh-oh. Chuck, microphone check. Pablo, where you go? Like your face froze. I missed like the last 10 seconds of whatever you just said.
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now. You were
Right.
saying
So I'm just proud to be a programmer, but I don't market myself as one
why not?
because people don't hire programmers. People hire people that can solve their problems. They don't say, oh, we need someone who can program in Python and Django. No, they want to hire somebody who can finish their website so that they can start selling shit online.
Really? Because I have a lot of offshore teams that call me every 20 minutes asking for a specific type of programmer. Xamarin programmer, WPF programmer.
I get that too.
Yeah.
Uh, but
It's
those
we're cattle,
teams,
man.
you don't want to work with them. No,
I
because
didn't
those
say that.
people. No, I'm saying, and the reason you don't want to work with them,
I
I mean,
have. I've struggled. It took me before you say that, like my last contract, they told me I was going to get paid bi-weekly. Man, it took me 4 months to collect a
fuck
2 week
that,
paycheck.
fuck that.
Now
No,
that may not have anything to do with offshore consulting firms,
that's
but
abuse.
it didn't
That's
help.
abuse.
It didn't help at all.
That's abuse. I
Dude, I
mean,
could have been homeless if I wasn't like if I didn't save money. Like I would have been
I
straight homeless and they would not have cared.
I mean that the fact that you're telling me that just I would hire you and then just not pay you. Like, hey, dude, like Scott, can you build me this now? I mean, why did you do that? I
I'm starting to expect it as normal, man. I had
no,
another
fuck that.
contract
No,
where
no, no.
it was normal for me to collect $30,000 paychecks at a time. That's how
No,
long they would go without paying me.
no, fuck
Uh,
that. Like, I just say fuck you, pay me. I just had a situation like that recently where there were some expectations more than the contract actually stated and agreed upon. And I just said, I mean, that's fine. It's not me. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it, but not for this amount of money, you know, because uh, business people or people in general will always try to haggle you down. And if you come in weak, looking weak, or like with your head down and you don't fight back, they will punk you. And and there's no friends in business. There's no friends. I mean, you can be. I like to help people. I like to do things for people, but I do things without an expectation, right? I go in and say, I want to do this because it makes me feel good and I want to help that person. And you can check like my Twitter feed. I'm like always telling people like, can I help you with this? Can I help you with that? But it's not because of business. I just want to help people. But that's not how business works, and software specifically. Um, that's not how business works. And that's my biggest gripe with, and I'm going to say it, open source code. Like,
oh, okay.
yep, like people who write open source, they think they're going to magically make money because they open source some code. No, dude. Some guy is going to copy your code, probably going to package it and market it better than you did and make money and will not owe you a single dollar.
You think people really build open source software to make money?
No, but some of them do.
Okay.
No, not everyone. I mean, I collaborate, and not to make money, but to improve my skills. I think the best way to improve your skills is to collaborate to an open source project and to um, work with people that are better than you, so that you
Yeah.
can learn from them. Yeah, but there's some people like I met somebody who was trying to push his open source software a couple of years ago, and I just told him, I mean, why don't you just close the source and sell it like that? He's like, no, I'm a believer in open source. I'm like, yeah, but you're either for one or the other. Because if you're going to open source code, then don't come to me crying because they clone your repo and are running the product that they were supposed to pay for, because that's what he was doing.
I mean, something that I would consider for open source is, and it's probably a low probability, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
our realities are probably different. I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know you. This is my first time talking to you, right? But
yeah,
like my thought process is, I I would be serious about open source, to let the powers that be, the employers, dig into my code that is solving some complex problem, and they have an opportunity to evaluate my skill. They have the opportunity
there,
to
no one's gonna do
understand.
that. No
Yeah,
one's gonna do
obviously,
that.
because the gatekeepers aren't the
Oh my fucking
programmers.
god!
That
You just hit a nerve. Oh my god!
I
Like,
know, I know.
they're just gonna have you write a fucking linked list.
I did exercise like 2 hours ago, and I was like, man, bump this.
Dude, check
I
it
already
out.
did this cold kata like 3 months ago. I took my cold kata and
You want to see
I
something
had
fucked
already
up?
did it.
I
What's
started
up?
to program when I was my first line of code when I was about 7 years old.
Holy
I'm
crap.
not saying that I'm an awesome programmer, but I've been programming most of my life. I'm 37 right now. I'm
Okay.
not saying I have 30 years of experience, because I don't, but I've been fucking with computers for a while. Look at these two books.
I've heard of that one. What's the one on the left or your right?
This one,
Whatever.
Elements of Programming Interviews. I just bought it because it was like suggested.
You need those books?
Employers need these books, not me.
Oh, employers. Okay, I never bought any type of book like that.
I
Like,
bought it because I felt like I wasn't not prepared, but I wasn't used to bullshit of interviews, and I just bought it because they have some very good problems in there, and I like doing that sort of problems.
okay.
And I had like a friend who was interviewing, and I was helping him. And if somebody just says, like, "Hey, we want to hire you," I don't want to feel like I went in unprepared, right? Uh, but the fact that those books exist, that there's a market around like whiteboard hazing, it's fucked up, and there's no other word around it. I mean, because
You
I,
don't think you don't think there's value in that?
I mean, there's value in interviewing me and asking me real questions. What the fuck, ask me questions. For example, I have experience with Python and Django, right? So
Okay.
ask me, how would you define a model in Django with these relationships, and then how would you, architecture an API around that? I would love that. I would just go crazy, and I would give you like 10 different options.
Yeah.
But the fact that you're asking me about, a hash table, I mean, we're still using that.
You know what the use is? I think is to take money off the table by saying, you couldn't answer that one, right? And so
Yep.
they try to lower the offer. I would think.
Plus,
Um,
plus, when you're not white, and I'm gonna say it, they do use that as a counter to lower your, and I've experienced that.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, being a non-white programmer, as crazy as this is gonna sound, it's harder. But you just gotta bring your A game always. And
All right.
yeah,
So normally, mainstream would want me to stop you right there in your tracks and say no, and I got to slap you on your hand because we're supposed to ignore true realities that really do exist, even though they're
fuck,
taboo to talk about.
fuck that. I will.
So
No,
I have to
I'm
slap you
honest
on your
about that.
hand, say no, you can't talk about that.
I'm,
You
I'm
have
gonna do. I'm gonna do something, and it's not meant for you. It's meant for mainstream. Okay.
all right.
So here, fuck you, mainstream. That's all I say. Yep. You know
So
why? Because we gotta talk about those things.
we do.
Like, yeah, we gotta talk about those things. Not because of equality, not because of the rights of all that, all those things. It's because it's what's real. And
I talked about it on Developer on Fire like last
yep,
month.
yep.
I didn't listen to that episode, but but here's something that you didn't say, right? And I'm going to get some haters on here. Thankfully, I only have 20 subscribers, so but
And some of them are black, so they know what's going on.
one of
So,
them is black.
well, and I saw like some Indian, an Indian person, or from that area of the world. So I mean,
Oh, I thought you were talking about
go
one of
ahead
my
and say it.
subscribers.
Just go ahead and say it.
Well,
Fuck
I
it.
was
Just
going to
be
say
real.
this, and I think you have to agree. And people are gonna be like, Scott, that's not the truth, Scott. And they're gonna start hating on me, and they're gonna send me hate mail and racist mail. Same thing on video games when I'm on Xbox Live. But this is the thing, all right? You listening? I've
Yeah,
said this before. I
go ahead.
commented on this on Functional Geekery. That led to me being on their podcast show.
Go, go.
All right, I'm gonna get up in your face. I'm gonna get up in your face. All right.
Come on, dude. Closer, closer.
I I feel it may not be reality, right? But a lot of people like Scott, man, you really try hard. Scott, why you so like why don't you calm down? Why don't you chill out? Like, why don't you just you can't save the world. You can't save people that want to be saved, right? Here's the biggest struggle with me, all right?
Right?
The biggest struggle is my whole life, right? I've been told I wasn't good enough. My whole life, they've been telling me things that I didn't have that I was lacking, right?
Yep.
So most people would just accept that and they let the world dictate their place.
Yep.
I almost posted a YouTube video yesterday and I held back because it would be rendered inappropriate. You see the movie Roots? Like,
Yep.
no, you remember the scene, your name is Toby. You remember that scene? Do you really? When he was laid out getting flogged, right?
I watched that movie when I was younger, and it really like hit me.
Yeah. So I almost posted the YouTube snippet on Twitter because that's the way
Yep.
I feel working
Yep.
in this industry. I feel
Mhm.
like know your place, regardless of how much experience that you have acquired, whatever the right term is, regardless of you literally having to walk on water and being light years ahead
You're gonna
of
hate what I'm gonna
mainstream.
say. No,
No,
no.
no, no, I'm not because we
You know what
misery
they
loves
say?
company. Hold up, I gotta finish this. Misery loves company. We're vibing right now. Like as much as I
You
feel
don't feel
like
me.
as long as I feel like I have to be light years ahead of my competition, like reality is one is I've been in shops where it matters who it's coming from, right? And there is a superiority complex that some people have. They're not going to admit it, but if it comes from someone else about doing the right thing, and this is how you do it, like they would listen, man. But for whatever reason, they're not willing. I am rebuked when I say the same thing, and it's frustrating. And so that's why I
Yep.
come off Samuel Jackson. I'm the angry black man. For what? Because I'm trying to do what's right. For what? Because I'm trying to advocate proving that your code works, and you should programmatically validate that your code works because you're a programmer. How can you be a lead developer and you can't write a basic unit test?
Yep.
But I'm the one that's like, Scott, you're not a team player. F that, man. You shouldn't be a programmer.
You should always approach that in a smart way because you got to play the game. That's the game, right? And you got to play it to your advantage. You
Every
don't play it. You don't play it within, to anybody else's advantage. Um, I've gotten to a point where I don't even. I decide to opt out of the game, and I just say, "Fuck this." And it's not that I'm not committed, but I say, fuck this. I can do this better. We can make better software. We can make a better product than this shit, right? Um, and that's pretty much been my whole career. People telling me you can't do this, you
Yeah.
can't do that. Listen, I have a repair. How low on the totem pole that puts me? Like,
Dude, you keep fading out. Something's happening with this connection. Microphone check. Hello. Pablo, man. I
ah,
missed the last 15 seconds of whatever you just said. I'm
sorry,
sorry.
sorry. No, no worries. Um, so I say like throughout my career, throughout my life, people have been telling me like you can't do this, you can't do that, and I always believed them. You know, I always fucking believed them. I was dumb, uh, and suddenly I said, "Man, fuck this. I'm just gonna be myself. Uh, I'm gonna try and figure out."
What is wrong with this connection?
And do the job that I can. I'm lost again.
Let me turn off the Wi-Fi on my cell phone. I don't know. It keeps jumping in and out.
It's weird. Probably my neighbor reaching off. Uh, is it okay if I turn off the video? Because I mean, people should be are gonna be tired of seeing
Yeah,
my
you
ugly
could do that.
mug.
You could. Yeah, it'll just show your profile.
Sure, I don't have any, so that's cool. Um, so I was saying that like people have been telling me all my life, you can't do this, you can't do that, because you know you're either because you're Puerto Rican or you're not, you know, you don't have a college degree, or you come from a poor family, because my family is not fucking rich, or you come from the barrio, right, which is like the Latin ghetto, which is actually worse than the ghetto. Um, uh, you know, I come from very, I don't want to say humble beginnings, because that's not a humble thing to say, but from down low, you know.
The
Um,
gutter.
yeah, yep, the gutter, and I'm still very close to it. You know, it's not like I hit it big. It's not like I funded, you know, one of these VC backed companies and I made it big. No, but it managed to move forward a bit, which I'm proud of. But it all has been because I said to myself, I'm just gonna be me. I'm going to play my strengths. I'm going to work on my weaknesses, and I'm going to put in the time. I'm going to play the long game. I don't want I know things are not going to happen today. I know things are going to happen in 5 years. So I'm going to work for those next 5 years to get some results.
Wow.
Like the macro, you know, point of view. Not today, fuck today, right? I just look at it at the long term. Like, will I be able to give my daughter in 10 years a good education, college education or whatever, if I start doing this right now, right? That's my point of view. I don't care about the short term. So that's how being, you know, that's been all the struggle. I mean, and it's anybody who tells you they don't struggle daily, it's because they're not trying, they're not putting themselves out there, and they're not like they're within their comfort zone. You know, you gotta struggle. You gotta feel like people are pushing back. You know, if you're learning about code, you gotta feel like, I mean, you're learning JavaScript. JavaScript fucking sucks, and it's a shit language, and there's a lot of shit going on around it, and you're going to struggle with it, right? And that's my opinion. So if anybody works with JavaScript, my bad, but that's my opinion. And you're gonna struggle with it. The moment you stop struggling with it, it's the moment that you stop growing, and the moment that you stop moving forward. If that happens, move to another language, move to another technology.
Yep.
So always, I mean, you know, and life, like nobody just got up and told me that. I learned that from seeing my parents. Like I'm very lucky that I want the parents lottery, right? Like when you're born, you win certain lotteries. You know, some people are born rich, but they're born like with dicks, like dicks for parents, or some people are born beautiful. You know, like I wasn't born rich, I wasn't born beautiful. I just had two hardworking parents. You know, I'm proud to be their son. My dad, he's a Vietnam veteran, and he was a nurse in the 70s. You know, a male nurse in the 70s. That just blows my mind. You know, because back then, that was only a job for women.
Hmm.
And my mom, she she's an orphan, and like her neighbor uh, raised her. So she was able to become a nurse also, and they ended up working in this in VA, like the Veterans Hospital, which is a pretty nice gig back then. Uh, so that struggle, that daily struggle, like I learned it from my parents, from seeing them like moving forward, and that's what I do. I mean, I don't know anything else. If like the Scott, the last thing you want to be afraid of is failure. If this vlog fails, if people hate these videos, you should be proud of it because you did something. You went out and you did something. You're looking to improve. You're looking to grow. You're looking to network. You're looking to meet people. You're looking to bring like the perspective of other people into play. That's amazing. And if you fail, you got all that. Like if people never ever really watch this, you have that for yourself,
Yeah.
and you didn't fail.
My I don't know, my thought process is more of like I mean, to your point, it's I can't complain if I didn't at least try, you know? And the other part is, yo, I don't want to be average, man. Like I either want to be an incredible success or just be a complete failure as a result. Like I'm not satisfied with being average. Like if everything's going downhill, then I'm going to burn it down. Like why
You
not?
know, some I feel you, but the older I get, the more I understand that being average is not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have kids?
Yep.
There
And
you go.
no, but listen to what I'm saying, right?
All right.
Um, being average might be your best. That's life. You might not be, you might not have, like stardom or fame or greatness in your future. You might not have that. But
That's
but that's okay because you're trying your best. It's like just make sure that you do your best. Like I'm not gonna be Guido van Rosen or Uncle Bob or any of those guys, in the programming world. I'm not gonna write the next amazing programming language. I'm not gonna make, I'm not gonna build the next Google. I'm not gonna do anything of that, right? I just want to do my best. And I'm trying to make sure that what I do is my best. And if that comes out being average when compared to others, fuck it, I don't care because that's my best. You don't have to be amazing. You don't label yourself as a success or a failure. Just say I am myself. This is what I'm doing, and try to move forward. Like always, try to move forward and forget what people say. It's not worth it. Not worth
this
your
is
time.
this is the only life I have. I don't have religion. There is no afterlife for me. And so with that
Me neither.
said,
Me neither.
with
So
with
I
that
feel
with
you.
that said, yeah, with that said, it's not necessarily fame, but it is fortune. I want financial independence, and some of the feedback that I get is, well, if you want that,
You're in the wrong market, dude.
you got to be an outlier. You
No,
have to separate yourself from the pack.
you're
And
in the wrong market. You're in the wrong market. If you want to make money, I
okay,
don't know what it is that you're selling
I
because
don't know either.
you don't seem to have a product. Like if you want to make money, then it's not if you want to make money, right? If you want to build a fortune, then you gotta go to the market where a fortune can be made. Software. Uh, if you don't, you're probably not gonna luck out and become the number 2 employee at the next Facebook. That's probably not gonna happen to you. You know, and and so what other way is there to make money in software?
Well, I'm not trying to be an employee like that. That's a middle class mentality. I'm trying to own. Like I want to have my own consulting company that can actually
Then
not
build it.
even not even compete.
Then
Goddamn,
fucking build it.
dominate
No,
the
no, but
entire
build it.
space,
Then
right?
build it. Then build it.
I've tried. I got my
No, no,
own.
no, no. It's not about trying, dude. I
Okay,
mean,
I hear you.
no, no. It's not. You either do it or you don't. You can't
I,
just say you can't fall back. You know.
I'm trying to establish credibility. Unfortunately, as a software developer, I can only do it one client at a time. I
I
already
think.
have I already have a corporation set up, right? There
I
is there
think.
is actually a Bismunger Incorporated. That's the
Yeah. No. I
corporation.
just think you're. I think you have an amazing attitude and you have amazing talent. And I'm not saying this to suck up to you or anything because in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter what I think about you, right? But
Okay.
from the moment I saw your videos, I knew you had this charisma. I know you had this game, this like inner drive to do things. But you don't have enough experience to know what your steps forward are, and it's
Okay.
going to take you a bit of time to figure that one out. Uh, but you shouldn't confuse doing things doing things that feel like I'm doing business versus doing business, right? If you want to be a consultant, then and build your own consulting business, then you go to LinkedIn, you start emailing everybody that you think can hire you, and you start sending them cold emails, and you start buying ads on LinkedIn, and you start buying ads on Facebook, and you start creating content that you think will drive them to your website, and you're gonna create this whole fucking funnel to get all those people your way and paying attention to you because you are a leader and a person who's knowledgeable in that market, right? You do that. You don't create a corporation. You don't create videos just in case they see me. No, you go after the prey. You're a lion. You see the prey. You go after it. Like a lion doesn't first wash his dishes before going after his prey, right? He just goes to the prey, kills it, and then worries about the rest.
Mm.
That's the approach. I mean, and I feel like I'm giving you a lot of flack there, and
No, you're not. You're actually
it's
helping me.
it's not. That's I don't mean no disrespect. I don't know you, but from your videos, I respect you a lot. I think you got a lot of game. I think you got a lot of purpose. I think you got a lot of charisma. But I think you're also wasting your time if you're not going after the prey.
Okay.
You know, if you if after listening to me and don't take this as advice because I don't know the context of your life, right? Anytime anybody gives you advice, listen, like they don't know your context. So you probably have, I don't know, maybe you have somebody who's sick in your family and you don't have the time commitment to actually do consulting. Or maybe you have some problem or issue that you have to work through before you can do this, right? So I don't know your context. But the moment you're able to work through your context, through your life, through your situation, know that it's going after the prey and publicly doing so. It's not like quiet in a corner. No. You know how I've managed to have a career as a programmer in Puerto Rico, working remotely, like fucking working remotely. It's because I make a big fuss. I make a lot of noise. People know who I am. I make sure that the right people know me and that I create content and I create, I go after that prey consistently. And I mean, I haven't met, it's going to sound like, wow, this guy is full of himself. But I haven't met somebody that does that as well as I do. That goes after that prey consistently and resiliently, right? If I get hit, I bounce back. I'm totally on that. That's my target. Nothing else matters. So,
So
yeah.
what's an example? I mean, are you talking about like using social media, or are you talking about like you literally put your sights on, some company or some specific human being or some employer
Give me a
at a
real
company?
example. Give me a real example. What company do you want as a client?
Okay.
Yeah.
I I want the CIA.
You want the CIA? Okay. So first thing I would do is I would start thinking. I would figure out what other companies the CIA is hiring, right?
I already know.
What are they hiring? Okay, so you know that. So
I
I'm
register
going to
myself as a government contractor. What else I need to
awesome,
do?
awesome. Now, so you got to figure out how they evaluate, the contracts because government requires a special set of skills that you might not have. Like someone, you might need to pay someone with connections. And I'm not saying
Uh,
anything illegal, right? You might need to pay for a consultant. No, for a consultant that knows how to play the game in a legal way, right? And do the proper steps, right? You need to figure out all those steps and you need to do that um, on a very methodical manner. Like okay, so I'm seeing this company, that company got that contract because this guy works for them, and that guy used to work for the CIA. Coincidence? Not really. And you just got to jump into the rabbit hole and follow it through.
do I need to
And
move to Washington D.C. or San Diego?
are the companies that the CIA hires there?
Yeah, a lot of them, from what I
Well,
understand.
well, there you go. My brother. I actually have a brother who works for a government contractor. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want him to lose his job. Uh, but he, he moved to where the action is, right? If I wanted to have contracts, if I wanted to work with Google as a contractor, I'd have to move to San Francisco or New York or Seattle, or Microsoft. You know, you just gotta go after your prey. And I mean, these days, for certain markets, you can work remotely like I do for certain products in certain markets. But if you want to go after the CIA, and I mean, I have no issues with that whatsoever. If that's your target market, then you got to make sure that you present yourself as the type of companies that they hire. That's very important. Don't go in trying to be a pioneer, trying to be the guy, different. No, you go in looking the same, smelling the same package and everything, and you work through the processes, right? But you have that tenacity, that resiliency to keep going at it. And you're probably gonna get rejected 50 times before they hire you.
Yep.
So, at least I personally written government grants for government grants, and it's it's a really tough process, and probably you're gonna have to find money somehow and hire companies to get the contracts for you, rather
Like to
than you
write the
going.
proposals or to lobbyists. Is that what
Yup,
you're
yup.
talking?
That's how it works.
I thought being a small minority business was enough.
No. So how has been being a minority in general worked out for you?
It's a gift and a curse.
Exactly. So how is that? How do you expect it to be different in terms of business?
I mean, I expect the government. The government. Oh, whatever.
The
The
government
government. Look,
don't give a fuck about you, man.
I get so excited when I'm filling out an online application or even a physical like paper application, and it says, check your ethnicity. It says, white, Hispanic, Asian, black. I'm like, yes, I'm black. Check
Just
that, because I
just
think I think that they're going to like do some type of like they have to meet some type of quota. That's what I thought. Why else am I doing it? Or this just for the labor? What is it? The something of statistics, whatever the labor department is.
can I ask you a very fucked up question? And I don't mean, again, no disrespect,
All right, what's
right?
up?
Who made slavery legal?
Who made it illegal?
No, legal.
I mean,
The government, dude.
it was to make something legal was like to have a discussion about it and say,
No,
"Yo,
it
we're going to
wasn't illegal.
legalize this." No, it
No, no,
was like fresh off the boat. It was never even. It
but it
was
was
never even
legal.
debated.
But it was legal,
To make something legal means it was debated. It was never
right?
debated.
No, but I mean, like the civil rights movement has not had. I mean, and I'm talking about Martin Luther King and all those wonderful people.
Yeah.
Those events, there hasn't even there hasn't 100 years haven't passed from those events. Like racism is fresh, fresh out there, and you can feel it, and it's there. So expecting that you're going to be treated better or have better chances because you're a minority, I don't think that's a smart move. I'm not calling you dumb because I'm not calling you dumb. I don't think that's a smart move because the smart move would be to figure out how to leverage the
Oh,
fact that you are a minority in your favor.
I got to be Uncle Tom. I have to be that chameleon, and I
No,
have
no, no,
to.
no, no, no.
No.
Don't be no. Be yourself. Don't ever be anybody else but you. Don't try to be Steve Jobs. I tell this to every programmer out there. Don't try to be Steve Jobs. You're not fucking Steve Jobs. You're not. Don't try to be Bill Gates. You're not. Be yourself. Because if you're not yourself, you are you're like stealing away from the world. You're stealing yourself from the world. You be yourself. You be the best version of yourself that you can be, and
Hmm.
that's it. Don't try to emulate people, but you should learn to leverage the fact that you are a minority in your favor. How? Find out government programs. For example, the Department of Commerce. I know some people there, wonderful people. They have some very, very great programs that help minority-owned businesses to export their technology or to even use it domestically. So find out more about that. Email the Department of Commerce. Just say it out. Hey, I'm a black dude. I don't know how old you are from Miami. I have this business. I have this technology. I want to sell it to the government. I want to sell it to Mexico or Canada or whatever the fuck you want. How can you help me? You know, it's how you frame it. It's
Mm.
how you use your what you think. Like how you use that. In my case, uh, you know, I just try to leverage the fact that I'm Puerto Rican, that I speak Spanish and English. I leverage the fact that I'm Latin. If a company in the United States wants to hire somebody who understands the Latino market, maybe they're putting out a product that they're going to sell for Mexico or I don't know where else. I'm one of those few programmers who has an understanding and can walk into a a place, a Latino business, tell them, hey, this product is really good for your business, and I think it's going to do well. And I'm telling you because I'm also Latino, and it's been done with Latinos, as with context, with that context. So leverage that. You know, the fact that you're minority or black, leverage that. Leverage always. Oh, don't play. Don't think that those things are your weaknesses. No, those are your strong points. You're black, awesome. Be proud of that. You're black. and play that to your favor. Don't play the race card. Play it to your favor. Always leverage that to your favor. Always. There's always an upside.
Oh man, I'm glad we're having this conversation. You got me thinking about some things now.
No, and I have a brother. He passed away in 2009. Uh, he just dropped dead one day. He dropped dead, and that just changed my life forever. But that just made me understand that life is too short. It's too fucking short to play by anybody's game but yours, and to listen to the bullshit that people tell you, and to not use your strengths for as they are. There's too little time for me to even worry about failing, for me to worry about what people might say. There's just too little time. You just gotta remember the lion, the prey. You are that, and it might take you 5 years to get a contact with the CIA. And hey, listen, tomorrow you might put some ads on LinkedIn that says that talks about software in the intelligence business, right? You might write some amazing content in that regard, and you might buy some ads, and the correct people are going to see it, and they might contact you, they might bring you in. You might do like a free seminar for them and telling them, this is TDD in the intelligence software community and all that crap. And that maybe you're in, or it's going to take 5 years for you to make more contact. That's
Man,
it.
I don't got 5 years, man. I need to do it now. I'm just serious. I don't got 5 years.
Do you have like a terminal illness?
No, I stopped going to the hospital.
Then no, then you have 5 years. You gotta play the long game, because like 99% of people, I think more like it's higher than that. Not 100, but most people play the short game.
Yeah.
You gotta play the long game, because that's where the real value is. And I'm not talking about money. If you look at communities, if you look at things that people have done that stand the test of time, they have been done over time. So that means that you gotta work long term. I don't write Python today and tomorrow rewrite it in Go, or rewrite it in JavaScript, or rewrite it in C# or Java. No, I write Python today, and I want that Python code to be there running flawlessly, with unit tests, with all the nice things we do with code to make sure it runs reliably. I want it to be there running in 5 years. When I come back and check it, I don't want to say, wow, I was a fucktard when I wrote that. No, I'm like, okay, I wrote that for the long term. And you got to play it that way. Because if you play it for the short term, you're only playing yourself. Because, give a man a fish, for one day, so teach him how to fish, it's forever. You got to learn how to fish. That's it. You feel me?
Yeah, man. This has been very educational for me. Like, just gotta
No,
now like put a plan together and start like pounding it. You know what I mean?
and I'm gonna go a step forward. I'm gonna take a step further.
All right.
I have this. Today I said I'm gonna start. I'm gonna do this crazy. I had this crazy idea. Other people have done it, but this is crazy for me, because I've never thought I would do something like this. I'm going to help people. I'm going to offer people my knowledge, my skills, my everything, basically. Except money. I'm not going to pay your rent, but I'm going to help people and not ask anything in return. I want to give to you, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to help you figure this one out, and because it's going to make me feel good to see you move forward. And I think you're worth the time investment. I think I want to be part of your story. I want to help you with that. And if you allow me to do that, it would be really freaking awesome.
Well, cool. I appreciate it. I think you just already started. You provided another view that I wasn't quite, clear of. So, I mean, yeah, man, that's good stuff. Yo, we don't even know each other and we're talking like this. That's awesome.
Oh
Wow.
no, I mean, I surprise people.
Uh,
I'm the quiet one that once starts talking, he can't shut up. But
Me too.
you know, I I I just when you're driven, I think that when you're driven, that shows through, and I mean,
This is what I
it,
tell people. Yo, I got hella drive, but I struggle with direction, you know? So, hence.
I'll just slap you into a direction. I'll just slap you into it. I
Yeah.
mean, that's what you need. I'm not saying you need a mentor. You just need someone to push you in the right direction. And I don't know if that's me. It would be wonderful if that were me, because then I could say, hey, I helped Scott, and
Mhm.
he's better off for it. But I'm gonna do my best to do that. And for anybody who listens to this, just ping me on Twitter or email. I mean, I'm not marketing anything. I just think that the only way we can move forward, the only way we can get the things we want, is if we help other people get the things they want. That's the way has always worked for me, and I don't see any way around it. Right?
It's ecosystem. That reminds me of like there was some chapter in Seven Habits of Highly Effective People where they were talking about interdependence or something like that.
Oh, you
Where
read those
like
books?
I read that book like 8 years ago, man, when
Oh,
I
fuck
started
those
my
books.
journey.
I used to read a lot of self-help books until I realized the only person I was helping was the author, and like with the money I was paying for the book.
Really? That's your
Yep.
perspective?
That's my perspective from most of the books I read. Not not all of them,
So
but
so here's
because
what I've learned.
because
Like,
if you don't put into action the things you read, if you don't go out every day and put it into action, then what's the purpose of reading a fucking book?
well, the whole
You
purpose
know?
is so that you can do massive and consistent action, so that you get those results, because there's still, I would think, law of statistics, and when you keep pounding, you keep going hard, you keep going ham, like that out of like 10,000 attempts, man, you have to generate something, right? And so don't get me wrong, I'm still a human being, and I still lack, certain motivation in some things, but like I got this book. Who's calling me from 305? I got this book, The 10X Rule by Grant
you're gonna
Cardone.
you're gonna booty call right there. Sorry.
No, it's too early. It's only 6:30 right now. I got this. I,
My bad. My bad.
I got this book by Grant Cardone called The 10X Rule, and honestly, I mean, this session right here, me reaching out to you and not knowing anything about you and not giving you any type of like details or description, just saying, hey, you want to record a conversation with me? It's just me really, literally, like just
Fuck
trying
yeah.
to do massive, consistent action, and like whoever responds, great. Let's see where it goes, and that's it. So, I mean, I'm trying, man. I'm
Yeah,
not
yeah.
polished, but
No, and that's you going after the prey. And now I realize that. And I think what you're doing right now, I think it's great, but you should do it more focused. I mean, you have a great on-air personality. You're a, it's gonna sound weird. I mean, I'm a Latino macho guy, right? But you're a good-looking guy. You have a good personality. You have good dictation. I mean, don't. I mean, yeah. uh, I think you have a good on-air persona. I think that if you package this product, which is you and making videos and blogging, if you package it better, I think you're going to see amazing results. Not necessarily like immediately, but I think that if you do it consistently, you're gonna get amazing results, because you know why people say yes to making these videos? They don't say it because of videos. They say it because of you. You're like this magnet that attracts people. So you leverage that, make that into a product, and use it to your advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Because the thought process is the strategy is to be prolific, and then over time it becomes more and more internalized.
What the fuck does that mean?
Prolific?
No, no, like the whole sentence you just did. Like the strategy is to be dude, simple words. I'm a Puerto Rican.
Okay. I mean, this is me talking normal, but yeah, I thought you were a programmer.
No, it's talk, big words. Use
Okay. Well,
use small words because
all right.
that way people understand you. Because prolific, what the fuck does that mean? No, just make yourself understood clearly.
Okay. Well, again, we don't know each other all that well, so like,
No, no, no.
just
I'm just giving you flack of that because most people, when you talk like that, they're not going to understand what you're saying. Like
okay.
you might say, this cheese pizza has an amazing aroma because it comes from the cheese comes from the south of Italy where the cows are fed, this type of grass, whatever. I'm just gonna say this pizza tastes fucking good. That's it. It's the cheese.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So the certain things are just nerdy that I say. So like, I was going to say, all right, fine. My thought process is, and you're like, well, thought process, what's that? Okay. So okay, well, I don't know how to simplify. All right.
The
So
way you think, the way I think is this.
this is what I'm thinking. How about that?
Right, right. That's perfect.
Is if I just keep producing,
Yep.
hopefully over time it gets more refined, more natural, and it just becomes fluent. It's like learning a different language. Who keeps on calling me from 305?
What do you call it?
Over time, it hopefully becomes just fluent, and it's I it no longer becomes awkward or anything like that. It's this is pure now, So that's the strategy is
No.
to keep going, learn, make mistakes, refine until like it's
Yeah.
refined.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, now that you explain it in like dumb people words, that's the strategy to have. But you should have more direction. You should, rather than say I'm going to make videos with random strangers or internet, say I'm going to talk with this guy who, I'm going to use myself as an example, right? So this guy is the guy behind Yellow, uh, and I haven't talked to him. This is going to be a crazy conversation. Who knows what's going to happen? And you have your little nice intro, and you have your pauses, and you package it in a certain way because right now the product is amazing, but it's unpolished. Like
Yep.
that conversation you have with Terrence, those 15 minutes, I got more from those 15 minutes than I get from other podcasts that I listen to that last an hour. So you should make sure to package that properly. I'm not saying like in a bad way. When you package something properly, it's like when you build, like you should create your own namespace, and you should have your own classes. You should have your own, the same way you write code, the same way you prepare your classes. You comment them well. You use proper indentation. You include unit tests. It's the same with this product.
I hear you. Format.
Yep, it's the format. The way you format it, um, that's going to, I think, make a difference. And you can do it. I mean, that's what I'm going to start helping you with. That's it.
Good stuff. And the thing is this is our first time talking.
No, no,
We never had a conversation prior to this.
ever.
We got online, and I was like, I don't want to say anything until I press the record button, and then we just
And
started
I'm
talking.
and I'm just some dude in Puerto Rico. Imagine what can happen when you put your aim, like when you aim into people, that can pay you money. Like when you sell something with that purpose, you talk about money. I mean, you're gonna make so much freaking money. It's crazy, but you gotta do that same commitment, and you have to be as real as you are because one of your strong points is that you're real. You talk from the heart. You don't bullshit. You know, you don't come out strong. You don't come out like this very annoying person. You come out like a sweet normal guy, but you come honestly. And so I think that's one of your strong points. And the world is fake, and when you're not fake and you're real and you're honest, people appreciate that. Like I was talking with a client today, I'm not bullshitting you. She told me the only reason I work with you is because you're honest and you're real. It's not your prices, it's not your service, it's not even your goddamn product. You're real. You talk to me and you treat me like a person, and you don't treat me like a bank account or a check, and you don't bullshit me. And when you do that, a lot of people appreciate it. There's some dumb motherfuckers who don't appreciate that, but most people will.
Yeah, I feel the same way when I deal with recruiters. Like I feel like they just treat me like cattle, and so
But that's
yeah.
part of the game. I mean, recruiters, touchy subject for a lot of people. My take on that is treat them well, treat them with respect, always leave them with on a good note. Don't wait for them to contact you, contact them. I actually email back recruiters every once in a while and ask them, hey, how are you doing? How's your day going? Because those people go through the same issues that you and I go.
Mm.
You know, they have problems, they have situations in their life, and they're just trying to make it out there. I mean, they don't have the skills that you have as a programmer. If they could program, they would probably not be doing that. Or they live in a place that, you know, that's the best opportunity you can. So treat them humanly. And a lot of people like they're like annoyed because somebody sent them an email. No, you know, an email, fuck that. An email can't kill me, right? This is not a horror story or horror movie where, you know, I get an email and I die because some zombie just, you know, kill me while I'm sleeping. No, like treat them with respect, treat them well, and you know, that's the least you could do. I think that's my opinion. You know.
Yeah, I'll work on that. Like some of them, I get cranky, man. Like, no, I don't want to work in no Dubuque, Iowa. Why you even call? Yo, I'm trying to get some work done. You don't call me about some Dubuque, Iowa? Like, but
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
but you can't let people push your buttons because if I know, like, yeah, they call you on the phone, yeah, you're busy doing the shit, but and time is precious. You know, I hate when people waste my time, but at least, you know, understand their context. Like have empathy, for fucking Christ. You know, like be empathetic to other people. I'm not saying it to yourself. I was talking to this programmer who lacks empathy for everything. I mean, and everyone.
Wow,
And
what's that like?
like, yeah, like this person was questioning my, you know, like my JavaScript skills. And I'm not a JavaScript expert. Like, you know, I don't build JavaScript frameworks. I work with the language. I work with the technology. I read the documentation. I try to do the best job I can, like with every technology, right? And this person was demanding to know why in 1 week I did not learn a specific JavaScript framework and do a perfect job for, you know, for whatever it is that we were doing. And I told the person, listen, in 1 week, you can't even learn how to type JavaScript in 1 week, you know? And this person was like, no, you know, if you're given the task to do something and you're given 1 week, then you must better deliver because that's what you were given. I'm like you really should figure out your people skills
Yeah,
because
uh,
they don't, you gotta have empathy not only to juniors, like junior developers, whatever the hell that means. I think everybody's a junior programmer in some way.
a junior developer is a developer that gets paid less. That's the
Yep,
definition.
yep,
That's it.
yep, yep, yep.
They want everything else. They just
That's
want to give you less money. That's
that's
the
why
definition.
business people ask me what's my title. I say lead software engineer I don't even go with senior. I'm the lead. Like I'm the one you're gonna pay the most, right?
Well, you know what I was tripping on with and I didn't mean to like derail what you were saying originally. I just want to hurry up and get this off. Is I don't know who I was talking to. I was talking to somebody, and I was like, "Yo, it's a shame that you don't see software engineer on job posts. It's if you even see it, they call it craftsman. You know, like
Ninja, rockstar.
essentially a craftsman is a software engineer, but it's so unusual for a developer to exhibit that type of behavior, to really be agile, right? Um, you know, have you worked in the agile?
Yep.
Have you worked in agile before? And the
Yeah.
first thing I'm like, and this is the employers asking me, this is recruiters. I'm like, what's the definition of agile, right? And
Nobody
they
fucking
and
knows.
and they pause, and then me being all right, pardon my language. I'm gonna edit this out. Me being a dick, I'm like, agile is a developer behavior. All right. Somehow stakeholders of the company they took it and ran with it, and they call Scrum agile. No, Scrum is Scrum. It more than likely it's a attempted practice of agile, but like they got everything twisted, man. I've yet to meet a
No,
developer that demonstrates agile behavior. They're
no,
out
no,
there. I just haven't worked with them yet.
no. Listen, I was once a technical lead at a company, so I led a team, right? I never subscribed to Agile, to Scrum, to any of that bullshit. My approach was developers. My team is first. People are first. You know, I don't care about the product. People are first. In my team is getting burnt out. My team is dealing with too much stress constantly. I have to fix that. You know, I have to provide them with a great environment that they can work with. Second, I demanded that everything must work correctly, not right or perfect, correctly. Do we have a fucking spec? Yes, we wrote it. Okay, make sure that it works to spec. I made sure that they wrote tests to make sure that it worked like the spec. I made sure
Hold
that
on.
no, wait, hold on.
Automated test, or you're just talking about like a Word document and the manual test?
No. Automated test
Okay,
and
thank you.
integration test and most importantly, integration test. Because
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if your class has 20,000 unit tests. If you did not test how the fuck that class is gonna interact with the rest of the code base, you know,
Hmm.
I need an integration test. And lastly, I made sure that they had enough time and they were respected and they had that's my wife, sorry.
No, we're
And they
good.
had, yeah, and they had like um the correct environment to work, because if you don't have a good environment, nothing else matters. If you don't if you know It doesn't matter that you have unit tests, it doesn't matter that you have integration tests. If your developers, if your programmers, engineers, all that bullshit don't have a good environment, and I'm not saying having a tennis how you say that, a pool table or beer or anything of that bullshit. A good environment is having a leader who listens to you, having someone who understands what it is that you have to do and is empathetic to your needs and your skills, and gives you the right amount of work so that you keep busy for 8 hours a day, but you don't have to go home late because we have a crazy deadline tomorrow. I focus on that, and I'm proud to say that when I stopped being a technical lead, people actually were sad that I was not, and like everybody who moved on from the company, they always talk very high of me because of that, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah, like so. I don't know. I don't think I'm a technical lead based on what you described. I'm more like a drill sergeant. Like I I and this is a growth opportunity for me, right? Because
Yeah,
my 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 belief system is, yo, you came here to play, and I expect to work with people that are motivated, and I expect to work with people that want to do their best. And so, yo, if you have questions, if I can't answer them, we gonna find out together, right?
No,
Um, but
absolutely.
what I don't vibe with is I don't vibe with people that don't want to deliver value. Like I don't I don't I don't want to work with people that I'm huge on test automation because it makes my job easier, right? And I don't want to work with people that want to go through the debugger every single time to
Hmm.
check the last line of code. And so, yeah, I guess I'm a sucky team lead because I want to work with professionals and I want to
Oh
work
no,
with
no,
like juniors that want to aspire to like.
no. You just work with sucky teams. That's it. That's all there is. Because good
It keeps
teams,
happening, so it can't be the sucky teams. I have to be an angry black man. I
most
have to be a Samuel L.
software.
Jackson.
No, listen. Most software is written by sucky teams and average programmers and average developers. That's it. People think that programmers are amazingly smart because of what we do.
No, they're not.
Some of them are. I'm
I
not
used to think that
including.
too.
No, I'm not including myself because I'm not that smart. I just have drive. That's it. I have above average drive than other people I've met, but I'm not smart. I mean, if you ask me
You
in
know how to
computer
get things
science, it's not that I know how to get things done. I've learned how to get things done right once, you know, because that's not something innate. I was not born with that. Uh, but as a technical lead or as a manager, you got to put yourself first. And if you have a team that sucks at writing tests, that they're not open to that, they're not willing to do it, then your job is not to be a drill sergeant. Your job is to guide them towards the light. And if they don't follow, if they don't follow or they don't walk towards the light, then you fire their ass off and you hire people who will. That's it. Black and white. If people don't perform, if you give them a chance and they don't perform, then you fire them. That's it. There's no being nice about it. It sucks, but that's because like are you work when you work for a company, are you hired to program or are you hired to deliver value?
Well, based on what you said, I'm hired to deliver value.
Exactly. So if you don't deliver value, then you're stealing the company's money. That's it.
You know, you're right. I think in college when people take computer science, the minor should be political science. So I feel like you have to be a goddamn politician, man.
Fuck
To
yes.
you have to. My
Yep.
one of my mentors, Greg Leonardo, right? He was just awarded MVP. He's like, I was venting to him. I was on the phone in South Beach, and he's in like Tampa, Florida. I'm like, yo, man, like, oh, they won't listen to me. They this that, and the other, and I'm just acting like a girl. I'm just venting, complaining,
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. And
he's
I
like,
mean, and don't say as a girl because I have a little girl and she does not act like that. She's actually tougher than
okay, okay,
that.
he's tougher than me then, and he was like, Scott, yo, you're in the big leagues now. All right, you're a
Yep,
heavy hitter now, so you need to realize that the more money you make, the more responsibility that they want to put on you, regardless if you want it. And the more money you make, the more of a politician you have to be.
yep,
And he told me that like 5 years ago, well, 4 years ago, and like that stuck with me because he's absolutely right. Every shot that I've walked in, you gotta have some Obama skills, man. Like
exactly.
you gotta know how to walk on water and be
Yep,
pleasing to people.
yep, yep. And
You
you
got to be
gotta.
a pimp, not a gorilla pimp. You can't be a gorilla pimp. You have to be like smooth. You know what I mean? And
And
like,
it's not even. I don't think it's not even smooth. People have to. You have to have a profile. You have to come in and have a sort
Diplomatic.
of, yeah, like you gotta have, it's like, those Clint Eastwood movies, old cowboys movies, like you learned about the main character, that the main character was a badass because everybody said he was a badass, and his profile was that he was a fucking badass. And when the character showed up, you like pee your pants because holy fuck, that guy is a badass, right? So that's what you gotta work on. You gotta make sure your LinkedIn shows you in your best light. Amazing, right? That's your focus. Right now, you go to my LinkedIn, it's a piece of shit, and I'm working on improving that. Right? I'm reworking all my social media, everything profiles for business. Um, so you gotta make sure your LinkedIn is on game. And that it looks good to other people, not to you. Fuck what you think, right? You gotta make sure to copy and steal what other high profile people have on their LinkedIn, for example. You gotta look at their resume. You gotta package it properly. You gotta make sure that by the time you step on that office, people are so fucking impressed with who you are that they won't even dare to question anything. And of course, you're gonna be humble about it. You're gonna go in like, you're gonna be a simple person, or you're gonna be the bigger person. But don't give people the opportunity to judge you when they meet you. Make sure that they've already met you through your social media profiles and all the things you're doing, and make sure that that image that they get is gives them that perception of yourself that you want to project.
John Simons advocates the same thing on his simpleprogrammer.com
Yep.
site. Uh, Yo, I really enjoyed this talk, man. Like, or this discussion. Like,
Oh shit! And I said 20 minutes. It's been like 5 hours. Nobody's gonna watch this. If somebody does,
oh no, you want to know why this is going? This is going to probably have 200 views by Friday. I can
why?
guarantee it. You want to know why?
Why? Why?
I'll tell you why. I'm gonna get up in your grill. All right, because I'm on .NET Rocks tomorrow. Okay, I'm talking about some mobile development with F Sharp.
I
So
love
just
that
like
fucking show, dude. I
yeah,
love that show.
just like I was on .NET Rocks last year, and my blog surged, right?
Yeah,
And
that's
so
amazing.
it's going to happen, right? Because I'm going to put this conversation on my blog. People are going to go to my blog because they're going to click my name from the .NET Rocks website, and they're going to consume this video,
I'm
and they're
gonna
going to
get
know who Pablo is. So
I'm gonna get
Pablo,
so much hate mail, but you know what? I think I like having haters because when you have haters, like I like Michael Jordan is who he is. He has that profile not only because of his skills and his game, but because he had haters. So I want haters. I want people to come in here, talk shit about me. Hey, I talk about open source. I talk about money. I talk about race when it
yep.
comes to programming. I talk about being a technical league. I talk about all the hot button issues, not because I have some fucking agendas. No, because that's how I feel. And I want, if the not .NET people ever listen this far, and if they do, I mean, realize that there's more to the world than your fucking opinion. And
Mm.
keep your mind, eyes, and ears open, and your nose, because a lot of times shit stinks, but you don't see it, right? Keep everything open and just listen.
What's your Twitter name?
PR yellow, and that's the color yellow, but instead of an O, you replace it with a U.
Okay.
That's a $20,000 domain name that I got for $9. I got the color yellow with a U for $9. If
Is
that's
there?
not luck, that I don't know what it is.
There you go. Are there? So a lot of people accidentally hit your. Hold on, how's that? Do you have any other methods of people getting in
I
contact
mean,
with you? Do you have a blog or anything?
so I like to blog on dev.to. I have a Medium blog. Everything is very new. I don't have like a great social media profile right now. So you can contact me through Twitter or just email me all the hate to
Yep.
pr@yellow.com. Just email me. Everything is on my Twitter.
No. Well, do that and then copy and paste it on this YouTube as a comment, right? So all you haters, like just let that hate out and just comment on here.
No.
Hate on me too.
I'm gonna go farther. I'm gonna take those haters. I'm gonna use that energy. I'm going to just sell more software. I'm gonna make more money so that they just come back angrier. And so the next time I make even more money, and so and so on and so on. Because I am like Satan. I feed off evil and I feed off hate.
Oh, that's an interesting analogy.
Yup. I feel that's how I get my power. So if you want to hate me, I mean, call me whatever you want. Call me a dirty Puerto
They
Rican.
will.
Call
They
me
will.
anything. Send me all the death threats that you want. I mean, you won't make it to the front of my house in Puerto Rico. I guarantee it. Right. So hey, Scott. I mean, it's been real.
Really
I
has,
think
man.
that that if you continue on this trajectory, you're going to do something amazing. It's not that you're not doing it now, but your profile is going to be much higher. The fact that you're in .NET Rocks, to me, that's amazing. I would love to be on that fucking show because I would just call out every whiteboard out there and tell them how it is.
You can. I'll tell you how.
Well, we'll talk about that later.
Okay.
But I think I'm going to definitely try and push you forward and work with you and figure out how to do that. And I'm doing it because I want to help you. I don't want to sell anything. And anybody out there listening, if you need help with anything, my email is open, be it now, tomorrow, in 1 year. Just ping me and I'll try.
No, man, you were clear for like the last half an hour, and now you're starting to go out. Microphone check.
I appreciate this. Thank you.
All right. Well, hopefully that got recorded. I didn't hear that part, but more than likely it got recorded. Yo, good stuff, Pablo. I really appreciate it. I'm tired now, but you gave me so much value, and it's awesome. It's like when you don't know anybody and you don't really chop it up with them beforehand, and then like you really start vibing with that person that you may not have anything in common with, but maybe you do find out that you have a lot in common with them, right? And all it takes is just to open up that set. So
yeah, and that's why you're going to be successful because you're putting yourself out there. You're doing that, and that's what people want to listen. That's what people want. They want realness, someone who's honest, and that's what's going to get you moving forward. So have an awesome night, and just we'll continue this chat over Twitter. All right?
yeah, that's what's up. And I might reach back out to you maybe in a month or so to have a conversation with a couple other personalities. I don't know how many episodes. I don't know how many of these videos you looked at, but some of them have been really, really long.
Yep.
But there's some interesting people, really fun people. So
Yeah,
we all
I
have
was
distinct personalities.
listening to the one with Marcelo. So
yeah, I apologize for the audio part.
It's the school. It doesn't matter. So, but not 1 month. I'm going to let's continue talking during this week and get the wheels in motion because I think you should prioritize this better, like ASAP, and that's what I'm going to help you with. So, yeah, if you were not in a hurry, now you are. I'm going to be the fire on your pants. So, all right, dude.
Yeah, I could. I'll take all the help I could get. So good stuff. Thank you. I'm hitting the stop broadcast button in 3, 2, 1.